Hello students, Miss Lockhart here. Let's make some really cool drawings and learn all about balance and the 3 different types of balance in visual art. So let's see, we'll need some materials, we'll need something round to trace, a pencil, a ruler, 2 white pieces of paper, and we can go ahead and get started. We're going to make 3 circles using our tracer. Now you can use anything around the size of your hand, like a roll of tape like this, or maybe a CD or DVD would work. Let's see. There are other things that are round, like a plastic Tupperware lid. You can ask a grown-up at your house to see maybe if they have any ideas, and then trace it 3 times. If it doesn't fit on one piece of paper, then you can trace the 3rd or the 2nd on another piece of paper. Okay, so now I have my 3 circles. These circles will be where I'm going to draw the 3 types of balance. And now I'm going to cut them out. Notice how I rotate the paper when I cut. And I generally leave my scissors in the same place. So I'm going to cut all the way around as slowly as I need to so I don't make a mistake. And see that paper rotate. I'm moving it with my left hand and cutting with my right. You can do the opposite if you're left-handed. Cut with the left and rotate your paper with the right. Okay, so finish cutting out all 3 circles. You can pause the video so you can catch up. Now, once you've cut out your circles, we're going to fold them in half, line up the opposite sides. They should match since it's a circle. It's symmetrical, and fold it in half and then fold it once more in 2 quarters. So you'll fold it the other direction. So see here, I'm folding it one way to make a fun taco shape, and then fold that taco in half right in the middle. And then you'll have a little piece of pizza. Or a piece of pie. When we open that up, we'll have 4 quarters to a whole, and that'll be awesome. Those fold lines are going to help us with our different types of balance. Okay. Now I've folded all 3, as should you. And you'll see each circle has 4 different parts. And I'm going to use blue construction paper to glue my circles down onto so they have a nice border. I like to use different types of paper. You can use any kind of paper you have for a border. Now you'll notice I'm folding mine in half so that it gives me a line down the middle, and that is horizontally. This way I know where to cut. So I am going to cut down that fold line, and then we'll end up using this blue paper or whatever colored construction paper you have for our border or background behind the circle. Now you can also glue these circles straight into your sketchbook if you want, or really anywhere. I recommend doing it on a different color piece of paper though, so it has a nice contrast and really stands out. And this border is going to help it look finished, and it'll be nice and strong because you'll have 2 pieces of paper together. So I'm going to use a glue stick and glue one of my circles down. I'm going to try to center this nicely. You want to make sure your vertical fold line is straight up and down, and make sure your horizontal fold line is left to right. It'll help us when we do our drawing to see those fold lines in those directions, horizontally and vertically. Okay, so let's start with symmetrical balance on our first drawing, which means the left and right side are going to be exactly the same, similar to a butterfly or a leaf. Lots of things in nature have symmetrical balance. I'm going to start right in the middle where my fold lines meet, And I'm going to draw a shape around that. It's a diamond. Now you can pick any shape you want to draw in the middle. And then expand your design. I'm going to use lines, and you may as well to do more shapes. We're going to divide up this drawing to have many shapes that we can then fill in symmetrically. So those are 2 lines that go behind the diamond, almost making an X. And now I'm going to do 2 curved lines that mirror each other, so they're the same on the left and right. Now I'm going to extend the point of the diamond shape. Now you'll be creating your own design because you're going to probably be choosing different shapes and lines. You don't have to if you don't want. You can follow along with me, or you can be inventive and invent your own symmetrical design using shapes and lines. Just remember to repeat the same shape or line on the opposite side. So you'll see here I'm filling in the large spaces with more shapes so that I have lots of nice details. I'm going to do my best to keep it symmetrical. Okay, I cannot wait to see what kind of designs you create. And don't forget to use those horizontal fold lines and the vertical fold line to help you with your placement of these objects. So you can use those lines as a reference to see how far away you may be from the shape that you're referring to. Now, asymmetrical balance is really fun because it doesn't matter if it's symmetrical or the same on both sides. You want it to be different on both sides. So just have fun creating any design of your choice with different shapes and lines. Just be sure it looks different on all the sides so it doesn't match. You wouldn't be able to fold it and meet it exactly. It would be different and it wouldn't match up if you folded it in any way. So I'm making circles inside circles, which are called concentric circles, and then a line with some circles. Just have fun with this. Now I'm being inspired by Wassily Kandinsky right now. You may know his work, but he makes a lot of fun abstract art using these basic shapes and lines. He's actually inspired by music. So be inventive, come up with something you like, and have fun. You can't make a mistake with the asymmetrical design. Now make sure you fill in those big spaces with some more detail, like I just did with those small triangles. Now, moving forward to my favorite type of balance, radial balance. Now, radial balance is all about the circle. So we're going to find other circle tracers. You may pause the video and look around for other circles you can trace that are different sizes. Look here, I'm tracing the inside of the tape roll I originally used to create this smaller circle. Now I'm going to put a dot in the middle so that I just remember I need to center my circles around that dot evenly as best as I can. Now you can try free drawing circles, but that's going to be really hard. So you can look around and I bet you can find all kinds of circle things you can trace. Even like Tupperware lids or plastic cups. Just do your best to put it right in the middle. I'm even using the glue stick. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but try to get it as centered as possible. Now, I'm going to freehand a circle. You can try it if you want. It's a little harder. I'm definitely making very light lines so that I can erase them if I make a mistake. Okay, so I'm going to start my pattern. Now notice that this pattern is going to be the same on the top and the bottom and on the left and the right. I'm going to be using triangles at first, and I'm using the fold lines. Like right now, the horizontal fold line is helping me know where to put those triangles. And I'm going to connect those triangles with another circular line. All right. Now I'm going to come back and erase that, I think. Yeah. So don't forget to use the fold lines if you are creating your own design. Follow the fold lines. They're going to help you figure out where to place things. Like right now, I just traced over the fold lines exactly. And now I'm going to continue with these fun lines that come out of the smaller circle. And then why not fill in that space and make a really fun radial design. And I could fold this and it would match. It would be symmetrical in almost every fold. And that is our goal. We want it to be symmetrical all the way around the circle. So I'm going to continue to connect those lines I previously made with these curved lines. Now you may have a completely different pattern, or you may be doing the same one as me, which is totally fine too. Now I'm going to use the fold line in the middle here. See that? I'm going to go ahead and trace over it and use it as part of my design. So I'm going to fill in those fun little pies, slices of pie, with some fun designs. I'll do another circle inside of it. And then I'm going to do an X, 2 diagonal lines, kind of look like an X right in the middle. Now for more pattern around the circle in the different rings. I'm going to do a zigzag line here, and I'm going to try to keep it the same within each section. Now notice how I turned my paper. Try that when you're doing the pattern around the exterior of the circle. It'll make it easier to draw symmetrically. Okay, so you can start to see the radial balance. Okay, I'm going to continue to add pattern and detail, trying to keep it as symmetrical and have radial balance. So I want to count each line inside those sections and make sure they're even on all sides. And I'm going to add a few more details. Now this reminds me of a mandala from Indian culture. Notice the radial balance and the symmetrical colors of this traditional mandala. Great job today, everybody. Hold on to your artwork and we will color it together next week.